Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Chapter 3, verse 8. Niyatang kuru karmatvam Niyatang kuru karmatvam Karma jyayo hyakarmanaha Karma jyayo hyakarmanaha Sharira yatra pichate Sharira yatra pichate Na prasiddhyedya karmanaha Na prasiddhyeda karmanaha Niyatang kuru karmatvam. This is, you can say, very well-known verse. Not the whole verse, that particular this phrase, Niyatang kuru karmatvam. Keep doing your duty, your prescribed duty. Your prescribed duty, one must not run away from it. So, this is the Bhagavan's order, that whatever duty we are bound to do, or you can say the prescribed duty as per scripture, one must not try to escape. That is more important. Niyatang kuru karmatvam. To your duty. That is equally important. Here, okay, let us try to see the literal meaning of this Niyatang kuru karmatvam, and then we will try to understand that verse, what exactly Bhagavan wants to tell. Okay. Niyatang kuru karmatvam karma jyayo hya karmana sharir yatra bichate na prasiddhyada karmana. Do perform thy prescribed duty, for action is superior to inaction. Besides, even the maintenance of the body would not be possible for thee by inaction. Action is superior than the inaction. That. So Bhagavan really wants us to act on it, to perform the duty, but not only to perform the duty, the prescribed duty. And prescribed duty means as per scripture's guidance, as per scripture's guideline. Because in the 16th chapter, Bhagavan has very clearly mentioned towards the last in the 16th chapter that Tasmat Shastram Pramanam de Karya Karya Vyavasthito. Whenever you have some conflict or confusion or dilemma, what should be the authority? What should be the final word? Tasmat Shastram Pramanam de. What scripture says. Check that as per the scripture. So, Niyatang Kuru Karmattam. A man is permitted to perform two types of actions. Those as laid down in the scriptures. And then it says about fast, worshipping, pilgrimage, etc. And the allotted duty according to one's birth, order of life, nature, and circumstances of a house, and guiding a person who has lost his way, and so on. A man cannot perform all actions as laid down in the scriptures thoroughly, but he can very easily abandon the forbidden actions. Non-performance or prescribed actions is not very harmful. Niyatang kuru karmatam. So, we need to understand these on the broader prospect. And it is rightly, explained here by Swami Ram Sukdas ji. Let's go, circumstances, personal construction loss. A man cannot perform all actions as laid down in the scripture. Because they understand, and that's how they interpret the verse easily, which we can follow. Otherwise, I'm just giving you an example. The scripture says about the word called Varna Sankar, and another word is Vritti Sankar. And that's why our dharma is dynamic. It's not that stand still. Our dharma is dynamic. Vritti Sankar means what? So, if I do my shaving daily, right, that means I am depriving somebody from his earning. So technically, I should pay him. That is Vritti Sankar. If I don't pay him, then that's not right. But in those days they have written, and maybe it's right. But now everybody has to do the same thing daily, and everybody is not going to go that because things have been changed. In that context, it's written that if you cannot perform everything, and in that very reason, I say that our dharma is dynamic. It doesn't stand still. It doesn't. Wherever they find this to change, our sages, the wise men, the scholarly, they have made the necessary changes wherever. So, but he can very easily abandon the forbidden actions. Non-performance of prescribed actions is not very harmful. Abandonment of forbidden actions such as falsehood, theft, violence, etc., is very beneficial. When he abandons forbidden actions, actions sanctioned by the scriptures are automatically performed by him. In the discipline of action, action according to one's caste and sanctioned by the scriptures is one's allotted duty. They have given the broad meaning. For the understanding, they have put the word here caste. But it's a system. So, Brahman's duty is to learn and to teach. Those who have engaged themselves in this particular thing, they are Brahman. To learn and to teach. To learn and to teach. Because knowledge is for everybody. And once that person has accepted that, then it becomes like allocated duty. Then he must. So basically what it says that whatever prescribed duty, then you try to cheat in, or then you try to cheat, because forget about the other. You start with cheating yourself. I have so many times told you, अपना मन चलने वाले को चैन कहाँ आराम कहाँ. Those who are cheating themselves, they can't be. They can't live the life with full of peace. They cannot. So, and then you expand this. As a father, what is my duty? As a mother, what is my duty? As a husband, what is my duty? As a wife, what is my duty? As a son, what is my duty? As a brother, what is my duty? As a shopkeeper, what is my duty? As a manager in the factory, what is my duty? As a manager in factory, okay, I'm just giving. Don't go for the literal meaning. I'm giving you an example. As a manager, my duty is that I have to be there at 9 o'clock in the morning. That means I'm supposed to be there at least 5 to 9. And if the manager is coming at 10 o'clock, then you can't expect your colleagues or those who are working under you to be in time. It starts from there. As a father, if I am respecting my father, my children will be automatically respecting me. If I don't do that, then I can't expect from them to respect me. Simple, very simple thing. So we need to understand that. In that context, try to understand the word niyatam kuru karmatvam. As I'm a teacher in the school, that means it's a big responsibility on my shoulder Bhagwan has put, or the society or the community or government has put on my shoulder. And if I'm not performing my duty, only I'm just waiting for the 25th or the end of the month, I my salary, and I don't look after the children, those who are in my class, I'm not doing my duty. Niyatang kuru karmatvam. I'm a shopkeeper. I'm allowed to earn certain profit. But if it is beyond that, I'm not doing good thing. There are so many things. Niyatang kuru karmatvam, we need to understand in today's context as well. So, in the discipline of action, action according to one's duty and sanctioned by the scripture is one's allotted duty, whether it is terrible or mild. Here, Bhagavan Krishna explains to Arjuna that as a Kshatriya, member of warrior class, it is his duty to fight. Then furthermore, Bhagavan has explained that in towards the end of the Bhagavad Gita in the 18th chapter. Though the action involves violence and bloodshed, yet it is his allotted duty. I have told you in our classes that the moment I accepted myself that I am joining with the army, then I have to fight. And in process, you might have to fire. You might have to shoot, but that's your duty. And that's why I have told that people can very easily say that, oh, but when you have the Mahabharata in your dharma, thousands of people were killed. Yes, that is true. But all the military, not even a single civilian. Not even a single civilian. That we need to understand. So, you kill innocent and then you give the example or the quote from Mahabharata because you compare apple to apple. Then it's fine. So we at least as a student of Bhagavad Gita, it must be very clear with us. Because those who are in warrior class, those who have joined military, they fall into the warrior class. So then, if a nation is in trouble, there's a problem on the border, it's their duty to fight against the enemy. There's nothing wrong. So here, Bhagavan is telling same to Arjuna that you are a member of warrior class. It is his duty to fight. Though the action involves violence and bloodshed, yet it is his allotted duty. In previous chapter, Bhagavan did mention that having regard for his own duty, we should not falter. In fact, Swadharma, one's own duty, and Nitya Karma, allotted duty, both are one and the same. Swadharmeni dharmsreyam, Bhagavan has mentioned that. For Duryodhan, being a member of the warrior class, it was his duty to fight, yet it was not his allotted duty, as being unjust, he wanted to usher up the Pandavas' kingdom. You can't cheat them. Yes, you are from warrior class, but you have taken their kingdom with injustice. For him, it was not a righteous and prescribed duty. Karma jyayo hiya karmana. Bhagavan Krishna in this verse is answering the question put in the first verse by using the same term jaya, superior. There Arjuna put question why he was urging him to perform the terrible action of waging the war, when according to him, knowledge was superior to action. Because here, Bhagavan could see that Arjuna wanted to escape from the war or from the battle. In the response to his question, Bhagavan declared, a person following the path of action to be superior to person following the path of inaction. That's why we always say, it's always nice to do something and not doing anything. Do something. Don't waste the time. Read something. Do something creative. If not something, chant the Bhagwan's name. Thus, Arjuna wants to escape the battle, while the Bhagwan exhorts him to fight, as it is his allotted duty. Therefore, the Bhagwan Krishna in the 18th chapter declares, one should not abandon the duties suited to one's nature, even though it may be easy. Yeah, to escape is always easy. Because by abandoning it, one is exposed to sin and one continues to be attached to it. Therefore, performance of allotted duty is superior to renunciation of actions. Performance of actions without attachment is far superior to those performed with attachment. Now, this is the, you can say, the gray area. Once Swamiji has explained us, right, that actions is better than inaction. But actions also without attachment. Without attachment. That's why without attachment means no I and no my. Mine, no. It's me, no. And that's why in our scripture, the sages has emphasized on yagna karma. Yagna has a broad meaning and definition. Unfortunately, now when we say the yagna, means fire, wood, ghee, samagri, camphor, and chanting some verses. I'm not denying that. But that's not an only meaning. That's what I want to say. I want to explain you, right? In this jacket, the zip is one of the part of the jacket. But zip itself not a jacket. Or you can take button. You can take anything. Or the sleeve. So, our sages, our scholarly, or the elderly emphasize on yagna. Yagna means, first of all, one more than one. Yagna means group. Or, in short, if we need to understand, very, very, very simple, yagna means we, not I. We. Because then and then only it will help us to dilute the ego. That's how the word yagna came into existence. Yagna. It's not only me. We are doing. It's our Geeta class. It's our mandir. It's our program. It's our meeting. But even in the meeting or somewhere else or any this kind of platform, if they're going to repeating I and I, then it's not the yagna. First of all, we need to understand, very simple. There are so many things involved in the yagna, but yagna means we, not only me. Then it will help us to dilute our ego. Because the moment it's more than one, okay, that means we, number one. Number two, the another person will be coming to work with us, right? We will have to understand him or her, his or her nature. You may not like everything, but still you have to work with him or her. I'm not talking about in the job. In the job that we are doing by force because we need to survive. End of the day, we need the salary. I'm not to, because otherwise you will say, but that is also yagna. No, that is not the yagna. That we are doing to survive, to earn our livelihood. But all this kind of social work, we can very easily convert this in the form of yagna, putting our ego aside. To understand him or her, we may not like everything what he or she is doing, yet we have spirit to work together for some auspicious goal. That is not the yagna. That is called the yagna. So, without attachment is far superior to those performed with attachment, because by doing so, affinity for actions is totally renounced. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna is the first half of this verse orders Arjuna to perform his allotted duty without attachment. Underline the word without attachment. While in the second half, Bhagavan declares that even the maintenance of the body would not be possible by inaction. In the scripture, it has mentioned Sariram idam khalu dharma sadhanam. So if you want to do something good action, want to choose the righteous path, okay, but for that also we need the body. And if you have the body, we have to look after the body. You can't say, no, I'm totally neglecting my body. I won't eat in proper time. I won't sleep in proper time. But still I want to do the good thing. It's not possible. In that very context, Bhagavan has mentioned here, Sharira Yatra Vichame. So, while in the second half, Bhagavan declares that maintenance of body would not be possible by inaction either. If you think that I really want to do something good, then I have to look after my body. Then and then only I will be able to do something good, be it for myself or for the society or the community at large. So that's why our scripture has never ever told to neglect the body. One must, nothing wrong in it. In the discipline of action, Bhagavan Krishna's main principle is action is superior to inaction. Action is superior to inaction. The same fact has been pointed out by the Bhagavan Krishna when Bhagavan declares, let not thy attachment be to inaction. We have seen that verse 47th. Karmaneva adhikarasti ma phale sukadashana. The reason is that he who shirks his duty wastes his time in heedlessness, laziness, and sleep, or performs forbidden actions, which mislead him to downfall. Very clearly in the 5th chapter it comes, Uddharedatmanatmanam natmanam avsadayat. Nobody else is going to raise you or me. We have to do. We have to put the efforts. We have to walk on that path. if somebody is going to start walking on our behalf, he will reach or she will reach, not we, not me, not you. So, Uddharet Atmanatmanam. We have to do it for ourselves if we want to progress. Someone can guide, someone will tell. The Google will tell this is N1 going towards Cape Town, but we still have to drive. Google will guide you, but it won't go on its own. One has to drive towards Cape Town. It is better to be detached from action by performing them rather than through their non-performance. A person is in bondage due to desire, attachment, partiality. Whether he performs actions or not, in the path of action, if a striver has the aim to renounce desire, it can be renounced very easily through the performance of action for the good of others. Yeah. So, without attachment means no desire. I do because I need to do. I do because I want to do. I am doing because if not me, who else? I must, it's my duty to do that. Then what about the rewards or the fruits? I don't have to worry. He is keeping all the record, good or bad, is there. And if he thinks that this particular action deserves the reward, he will. But I am not doing to earn the reward. That should be very clear. That should be very clear. And Bhagwan always give in multiply. He will never keep with him. He will definitely give. Sharira yatra bicha tena prasiddhyada karmanaha. Arjuna had a misconception in his mind that his affinity for action would be automatically renounced if he did not perform action. So, just by not doing anything, it is not automatically understood that this is the renunciation. No. Therefore, Bhagwan Krishna persuades him to perform actions by several pleas. One of these was that even the maintenance of body would not be possible by action, as in the discipline knowledge. Affinity for the world is renounced by discrimination. In the discipline of action, affinity is renounced by performing one's duty sincerely and thoroughly. Therefore, the discipline of action should in no way be regarded as inferior to discipline of knowledge. Basically, knowledge, devotion, action, these are all interlinked. A karma yogi regarding the body as belonging to the world uses it in rendering service to the world. He has no sense of mindness. You got that word which I explained you earlier? He has got no sense of mindness with it. That is more important. Myness or I-ness. And that's why on the lighter note I always tell, especially when the youngster when they are getting married and come to see me, I tell them, now onwards, minus should be minused. Minus should be minused. Then and then only you will be able to enjoy the life. The moment I and my comes, you may have luxury, but you can't enjoy that. Can't enjoy that. That is more important. It's tricky to understand. So with it, he identifies the physical, subtle and causal bodies respectively with the gross, subtle and causal world, while a Gnana Yogi identifies himself with the Brahma, the absolute, the final authority. Thus, a Karma Yogi identifies the insentient elements, while a Gnana Yogi identifies the sentient ones. Okay, so that's how we're going to stop today in today's discussion. Whatever you like, credit goes to all the scholars, all the sages, whatever all the scripture, whatever I have heard, I have read, I have studied, absolutely nothing belongs to me. We will, as we know that our main reference book is Sadhak Sanjeevani, written by Swami Ram Sukdas ji. Okay, and we will be reciting 73rd verse of 18th chapter, followed by the Arti. Okay. Nashto moha smrutirlabdha tvat prasadan mayachyuta sthitosme gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava.